Hey folks, I'm Colin Richards, president and founder of Lord & Richards, and I am thrilled to be with you on another episode of the Lord & Richards Show. Whether you're catching us on radio or checking us out on our podcast or on YouTube, I am excited to be talking to you today because we're going to come back to the concept of a fiscal house. I've talked about this in previous episodes, but I'm going to take the level up another notch today and add on some things that most people aren't aware that they can do to further build their fiscal house. You know, when I build a house for my family, I've had the opportunity to do that in the past, or if you've ever had the opportunity, you know what we need first is a strong foundation, right? If you're watching on YouTube, you can see behind me here, I live in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains above Denver. I love it here. I love the woods. I love the solitude, but our soil is pretty rocky, right? So if you want to build a garden, you're going to have to bring in your own soil. We've got rock, but it's great for building houses on. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a challenge for the contractors to blast through the boulders, but once you get those through, you know that in addition to the pilings you're going to drive down into the ground, you've got some great rock. Contrast that with our dear friends in Florida, where I grew up as a child. Imagine the challenges of building a house on a beach, shifting sands as the tides come and go, and especially hurricanes. Some of us have caught the news footage of people's houses floating down the road right alongside of their cars. That's not what we want for our home, and it's certainly not what we want for our fiscal house. So let's start with a foundation today. And the reason we do that is because at Lord & Richards, we're talking to people every single day who are concerned, whether you've got millions in assets or you're just getting started. People I'm talking to are concerned about events going on in our world today out of your control. And what they're telling me is, Colin, I'm worried those things are going to mess up my financial future, my retirement. And so what we do is we help you build a comprehensive plan so that you can achieve financial independence, never having to work, and do it without worry. And I'm talking to people just like you every single day. And the first piece we want to get in place is that foundation of your fiscal house. So in our financial independence roadmap, we're going to start with making sure, of course, you got great cash in your foundation. Cash for emergencies, cash for fun things like vacations. I hope you love some of the things the people I talked to yesterday love. They love traveling. They love scuba diving. They love seeing the sights. Some of you have other loves. I want to spend more time with the grandkids or whatever it is. I want you to have cash on hand and available. Not all your money in cash, because that presents a real growth problem, but I want you to be safe and liquid in an emergency fund. Typically, we recommend, and we're not alone in this, let's have about 3 to 6 months there of your ordinary expenses. So if your budget's $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month, take that and multiply that times 3 to 6. Now, once we've got that in place, we really do need to grow, because even though we're enjoying some fantastic interest rates on savings accounts right now, that is not going to last. And so I want to get you somewhere where your reserve now, your foundation, can grow. And we're going to talk about that in another segment. And then once we have that in place, we want to build a piece of the pie here that is absolutely protected and can grow, both at the same time. You say, I don't get that, Colin. You know, I get that my checking and savings account are protected, right, by the FDIC. I understand that, but I also understand I don't get a whole lot of growth out of that, especially in the long term. That's true. And, you know, Colin, I understand that my stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, whatever you're invested in, real estate, gold, commodities, that those can really grow, but they're not super safe. So what's the answer? And some of you say, oh, physical gold or real estate. Well, all of those fluctuate in value. What I'm talking about, is there something that's rock solid safe, will never go down when the market goes down? It only goes down when you take money out of it, and you can still grow. And the answer is absolutely yes. Since the 1980s, when Chase Manhattan started experimenting with CDs, we have had the ability to protect your principal and grow it at the same time. Not having one account that's protected and one that's growing, but both growing and protected on the same dollar at the same time. How do we do that? Well, we start with a good old-fashioned protected tool. You can do this in a lot of places. Let me use the bank as an example. You can buy a CD. The bank will protect your CD. As a matter of fact, it's even FDIC insured. And then you get a low guaranteed rate. But did you know that since 1987, it's been possible to turn in your low guaranteed rate, allow the bank to take that and use it to link you to an external market index of your choice? It might be a familiar one like the S&P 500. 500 great growth stocks here in the US. It might be the NASDAQ, it might be the Dow, or it may be one of hundreds of diversified indices that combine different kinds of investments, emerging markets, real estate, commodities, stocks that are foreign, stocks that are domestic. So there's indices out there that really act like a portfolio. And what we can do is we can link your principal to that index, keeping the principal safe, but linking the growth so that you get market index returns without worry. I can explain more about that when we have the opportunity to connect. But for right now, those are the kinds of tools you want in your fiscal foundation. Tools that can keep you safe, protect, and still grow. In addition, you're going to want income generators, right? That could be the same tool. CDs aren't awesome income generators if they're linked to the market because we don't know what the return's going to be. And so we might want to look outside of that, places like fixed annuities that are great for generating income. Oh, wait a minute, Colin, time out. Don't those have high fees? Don't those potentially lose your money or it gets left with the insurance company if you die young? It's possible to buy an annuity like that, but that's not a fixed annuity. Fixed annuities, first of all, have low or no fees like CDs. They're principal protected, very similar to CDs, and you can trade in the low guaranteed growth for the opportunity to link your growth to the market, just like certain types of CDs. But the big difference here is fixed annuities are more liquid in that you can get money out every single year and use that for income. And as a matter of fact, many of these will come alongside and guarantee that that income will never run out as long as you're alive. So that's our foundation: principal protection, market-linked growth, guaranteed income. Once we've got that in place, we have the opportunity to get a little bit more exciting. And I'm going to be talking to you about some key strategies in our next segments that those especially who have a lot of assets need to be dialed in, but we all need to be using these, folks. And today we're going to extend our fiscal house concept to some advanced strategies that are particularly important for those who have a lot of assets, who are affluent or high net worth. But we all need to take advantage of these strategies. And I'm talking about tax strategies that you can put in place today as part of your financial independence roadmap. You remember, of course, that at Lord & Richards, if you've heard us before or seen us on YouTube or checked out our podcasts, that we're all about financial independence. But we don't want to do that in a scattered fashion. We want to build an organized, comprehensive plan that first lays out the goals, dreams, and values that are important to you, then builds a written risk management plan, a written growth plan, a written income plan, a written tax plan, a written healthcare plan, a written estate plan. All of these are vital. And I'm zeroing in on the tax part of that plan today because we can do a lot of great things, but if we're not wise when it comes to taxes, we're going to end up leaving our money at the end of life to the government so they can build a fighter jet or dole it out in a program. And although I'm patriotic, I've grown up in a military family when I was a child, loved my country, want to continue to do my fair share and pay my taxes. I don't want to pay more than I'm supposed to. And I certainly don't want you to do that either. I want you to pay your fair share, but not $1 more. So whether you're affluent or whether you're just tuning in and trying to get some great strategies, that's what we've got for you today, tax strategies for high net worth families. So let me start with one. If you are a giver, you've got a lot of things that you can do. And I'm going to highlight two that I've talked about before, but I'm going to keep coming back to it. Number one, an easy solution you can put in place with Lord & Richards as part of your plan tomorrow is a donor advised fund. We're not the only ones who do this. It's just that a lot of our clients understand that we get them, right? We come from a biblical point of view. So if you're faith-based, that's an added benefit, is that we understand the unique needs and tax strategies that are important to faith-based individuals. But whether you're faith-based or not, we're doing this all the time. And why is that? Because I, as a founder, am focused in our company, Lord & Richards, on giving. Lord & Richards was created to help our clients achieve financial independence. But our kind of bigger goal, our bigger purpose is that we want to be a part of helping people all over the world not just the people here in the United States. So we're giving regularly and significantly to our foundation, the Foundation for Global Education, to make sure that God's love, grace, and Christian charity spread throughout the developing world. So we're focused in places like Myanmar, formerly Burma, places like India. We've been all throughout Southeast Asia, reaching some of the most unreached of the world. So this is our heart. This is our focus. So if you're a giver, a donor advised fund is an easy way to donate money now, take the tax credit now, and then dole it out as it is needed. See, a lot of times we give to our church or whatever, and we're maybe concerned, do I want to give all of this to them right now, or do I want to give them as they have special projects? Well, the neat thing is you don't have to choose. You can take the tax credit now, and you can dole out the money from the foundation, from the donor advised fund as it is needed. So that's a great strategy, and we've got a solution for you today for that. Then we've got foundations. This is a little more advanced level. And some of you, especially high net worth, I've learned from you. I've got clients who taught me how to use foundations because they had them. And so years ago, when I founded Lord & Richards, I also founded the Foundation for Global Education. So this is an area I have personal experience in. Our team knows how to help you. As a matter of fact, we can help you get that set up. We've got an amazing attorney that will meet with you at no cost. And if you need to do work with him, he's going to do it at a reduced fee. But at Lord & Richards, my heart is also to come alongside of those who want to build these kinds of foundations for Christian charitable purposes. So we'll even cover the cost of that foundation for you, getting the initial documentation set up. And so that's a tremendous tool. Now, it involves a little bit more time and effort, but not a lot. And it gives you even greater control and ability to handle exactly what's going to happen with those assets. My team and I would love to visit, learn more about your goals, dreams, and values, and help you develop a comprehensive plan that addresses all the issues of both the high net worth individuals that we serve, as well as the folks that are just retiring and wanting to live a comfortable life. I would love to chat with you. My team and I would love to visit. It just takes a simple phone call.